Hallo und herzlich willkommen bei unserem Was ist X4 Kingdom End Stream. Vielen Dank an die Entwickler, die mir einen Key für das neueste Add-on hier zur Verfügung gestellt haben. Wir werden jetzt gleich ins Spiel reinsteigen. Ich glaube, dafür werden wir tatsächlich ein neues Game anfangen. Wenn die Flight School nicht machen, sondern eventuell einfach hier bei Kingdom End anfangen. Genau, damit wir direkt mal in den entsprechenden Add-on reinstarten. Ansonsten hätten wir natürlich auch irgendwie in Foundation, Split Vendetta, Cradle of Humanity oder Tides of Avarice reinstarten können. Das sind die verschiedenen Add-ons, wenn ich das richtig verstehe. Und genau. Mit Kingdom End, was jetzt der neue Add-on ist, kommt wie es jetzt auch hier schon im Unlock drin steht, die Geschichte der Boronen dazu. Das heißt, wir werden jetzt, haben jetzt hier auch die Wahl. Oh, wir können noch keine Boronen spielen. Boronen können wir dann erst spielen, wenn wir hier die Boronen-Story durch haben. Oh, bisschen arg heiß gerade. Will mir ja nicht den Nacken verbrennen, ich will ihn mir nur wärmen. Jetzt ist die Frage, was spielen wir dann? Interessant, dass wir hier zwischen... Okay, das oben ist noch die Auswahl vorher. Einen Tiladi oder ein Paranin spielen. Ich erinnere mich gerade nicht mehr an die ganzen Rassen, to be honest. Falls irgendwer von euch im Stream irgendwie Vorlieben hat, was davon jetzt irgendwie interessanter wäre, lasst es mich gerne wissen. Ansonsten können wir nochmal hier die Einleitung dazu lesen. The latest series of gate activations has reconnected large parts of the network, but despite our scientific community's best effort, many more systems remain separated. Thanks to limited communication with Kingdom End, we have been able to surmise that our scientists are not the only ones working on forcing a connection. And now a dormant gate in Heretic's End is displaying sign of imminent activity. The inhabitants of the network are absorbing these proceedings with a bated breath, hoping for the resurgence of their Boron allies. As part of the Alliance of the World's expedition, you have been granted a front row seat. So. Sonst kann man ganz langweilig auch einfach Argon Female spielen. Witzig. Nobu ist einfach der Name. Komm, dann fangen wir es doch so an. Und wie starten wir das jetzt? Ich meine... I guess so. Lädt das Spiel jetzt? Geheimnisse über Geheimnisse. Naja. Aber ich finde es übrigens sehr cool, dass ich jetzt hier für X4 das Add-on bekommen habe, weil ich hatte da schon seit längerem Bock, mal wieder mit X4 anzufangen, nachdem ich ja ein anderes Spiel gespielt habe, und zwar Delta V, Rings of Saturn. Und das hat mir irgendwie Bock drauf gemacht, mal wieder irgendwie so ein Raumschiffspiel zu spielen. Bei Delta V bin ich, glaube ich, mit Content ein bisschen durch. Und hatte jetzt gehofft, dass ich mit X4 dann mal so in eine ähnliche Richtung, aber dann mehr Content, weil das Spiel ist schon seit Ewigkeiten raus. Warte mal, seit wann ist denn X4 schon draußen? Das ist draußen seit 2018. 30. November 2018 wurde das released. Das heißt, das ist jetzt hier bald 5 Jahre alt. Und hat schon entsprechend viele Add-ons, Updates etc. bekommen. Also wenn wir hier gerade mal schauen. Genau, also Vendetta, Cradle of Humanity, Tides of Avarice, Kingdom End. Alles hier schon an Bonus-Content. Auch kostenfreier Bonus-Content, glaube ich. Wurde da schon veröffentlicht. Das heißt, da kann man ganz, ganz, ganz viel spielen. Wenn man Kingdom End jetzt einfach so kaufen will, kostet es 14,99. Wenn man mit X4 jetzt anfangen will, ist, glaube ich, jetzt auch ein guter Zeitpunkt, weil irgendwie alles reduziert ist. Wenn man die Community of Planets Edition von X4, was, glaube ich, jetzt da noch alles ist, was ich jetzt hier habe. Ich kann noch mal kurz ins Bundle reinschauen. Ja, hier lädt. Genau, das ist X4, Split Vendetta, Cradle of Humanity, Size of Everest und Kingdom End. Dann kostet das keine Ahnung wie viel, weil ich habe das schon, deswegen kann ich es nicht. Deswegen wird mir kein Preis angezeigt. Wie blöd. Okay. Genau, aber da gibt es extra ein reduziertes Bundle für. Ich denke, das...
Setting course for Heretic's End.
Affirmative.
Some of you are new additions to our expedition. Others have been with us since we set out from Trinity Sanctum. As we approach our destination, allow me a moment for a brief introduction. I, Numunkaret, welcome you in my capacity as commanding officer of this expedition. In our complacency, we treated the gates as an eternal gift from a higher power. We did not make sufficient effort to understand the technology. This is how the galaxy has found itself in this predicament. The Alliance of the Word is a collective of scholars and scientists, intent on advancing understanding through cooperation. Word reached us from the Boron of Kingdom End some months ago, via the messenger drone network. It seems they may be making some headway with their gate technology experimentation.
Ich habe jetzt auch mal nachgeschaut. 50 € wird das kosten.
We dismiss the notion. So many scientists have tried and failed to interact with the gate network. But now, the dormant gate at Heretic's End is showing infrequent but undeniable signs of activity. This may or may not be related to the boron experiments, but the timings coincide too starkly to ignore. If the boron have truly succeeded in manipulating the gem gate, the consequences are beyond significant. But let us not get ahead of ourselves. This expedition was tasked with resolving the many unknowns of this situation. We could be reuniting with our boron brethren. Equally, we could find ourselves welcoming a fleet of Xenon destroyers. Everybody, stay alert.
Okay. Dann lass doch mal... Das war schon, dass wir hier mit dem reden müssen?
Hello.
I can't find... Nee. Fine.
Goodbye.
Ich dachte, wir sollen jetzt hier die Steuer übernehmen, aber eventuell nur das woanders tun.
Explorer, perhaps your attention is best focused on the task at hand. Why do you not scout ahead? Explorer, perhaps your attention is best focused on the task at hand. Why do you not scout ahead?
Okay. Dann lassen wir uns unserem zu unserem Raumschiff. Vermutlich das da.
Discoverer, Vanguard.
Okay, dann docken wir mal. Schauen wir mal, ob ich das dann noch alles weiß.
Jumping to unknown sector.
Ich finde auch gut, dass wir gerade einfach massiv Geschwindigkeit irgendwie hier in der Gegend rumfliegen. So. Schiffsmenü. Und
Autopilot engaged.
ich weiß gerade gar nicht, wohin wir hinfliegen. Fliegen wir? Ah, sehr gut.
Entering system. Heretics end.
Servus Dave, vielen Dank für den Raid. Wie geht's?
Attention! Denizens of Heretics End! Please evacuate the designated area immediately.
Das.
What's going on? Sir, we are picking up an unusually high energy signature.
It seems like a Terran.
Autopilot disengaged.
Goodness me! It worked! I made the jump! Haha! Unbelievable! Unbelievable! Excuse me, traveler! Did you hear the Alliance broadcast? I wonder, would you be interested in collaborating with one of the greatest scientific minds of our time? I am Boson Tar. As far as I am aware, I am the only Boer on this side of the network schism. I am currently in the market for some personal assistance. Should you be interested, please do come for a face-to-face chat. When you have time, of course.
Sure. Ja, servus, aber was habt ihr denn Schönes heute gemacht? Noch irgendwas Gutes? Okay. Ich weiß gar nicht mehr, warum das hier da hinten irgendwie
Empty
angevisiert ist.
space. Unknown station.
Ja, aber lass doch lieber mal zu dem da drüben hinfliegen. So. Du hast deine VR-Controller wieder aus der Reparatur gekriegt. Ergo hat es gerade Klötze gekloppt. Skandalös. So gewalttätig. So, dann fliegen wir hier mal in den Stock rein. Und landen hier irgendwie.
Docking granted.
Cool. So. Müssen wir nur noch runter. Okay. Get up.
Discoverer Vanguard.
Oder sind wir nicht gelandet? So, warte, ja, wir müssen weiter runter. Wir waren mit der Nase noch zu weit oben.
Successfully docked.
Welcome aboard the mystery installation. I do apologize for the mess. I only recently escaped my split captors. Can you believe they forced me to develop weapons? Anyway, I have not yet had sufficient opportunity to undertake much housekeeping. Best not to dwell on the past. All is well now. The installation seems vaguely to be of Terran origin, but it is certainly no run-of-the-mill station. It is equipped with uncommonly advanced research facilities. Frankly, I am rather longing to lose myself in the lab and focus wholly on science. This brings me to a business matter. I require someone to oversee the mundane aspects of base operations. I will be far too preoccupied with my important work. Might this be a suitable and rewarding use of your skills? No need to answer. Of course it is. I have transferred the station to you. I trust you will
Right.
make good use of it. When you are not otherwise engaged, please do pop down to see me. I am sure there will be bits and bobs that you may be able to help me with regarding my research. When you are ready, of course, you have a new station to grapple with.
Okay, cool. Wir besitzen jetzt eine Station. I mean, of course. Sure. Witzig. Ja, da haben wir den Bosotar, der Liberon-Flüchtling anscheinend. Lass mal reden.
This installation is equipped for habitation of all races, and this room seems to be some sort of research area. I expect I could spend years poring over the data contained in these systems. Hello there! Yes, I have already made some progress. There appears to be several things we can research at this facility. Please take a look.
At what? Access Research Menu.
Hello there!
Okay. Research here.
As you can see, there is much to do. I personally find mention of this teleportation irresistible, but I leave it up to you to decide what we research first. Please note that these research items have certain requirements.
Ich würde sagen,
It appears some
Teleportation hört
Terran
sich super an.
technology was being used to research teleportation over long distances.
Advanced Electronics, Energy Cells, right?
This will allow you to gain blueprints by scanning leaks on certain modules.
Yeah.
If we wish to improve the fundamental capabilities of a ship, we must first be able to tear it apart and put it together again. For that, we will need nanotechnology. To help us develop effective engine modifications, we must be sure to have the best in antimatter sensor technology. You may expect the best to come from the scientific world, but no. It was the racing leagues who pushed sensors to new heights. To best develop shield technologies, you must first understand warfare. We will need to submit a craft to the rigors of real combat. I suggest we acquire a number of particle regulators so I can better test weapon components in a controlled environment.
Okay. Ja.
It appears some Terran technology was being used to research teleportation over long distances. I will need some materials to get started.
Advanced Electronics and Energy Cells. Das ist die gute Frage. Wie bekommen wir die? Also, können wir speichern. Division. Das braucht gerade echt lang. Ich hätte nicht erwartet, dass es so lang braucht. Ah ja. Ah, witzig, jetzt können wir unseren Namen auch ändern. Und Logos festlegen. Witzig. Arrow to the knee. So. Gathered on fragile peace and heretics end. Across the known systems, there are increasing signs of relentlessness over the long-standing informal status of the heretics end system. From as far back as the end of the Terran conflict, heretics end has enjoyed a fragile peace, with none of the major powers willing to risk an unquantifiable domino effect from claiming the system. However, there are signs that this status may not last much longer. Political analyst Del Baster spoke to us today on this subject. It's an open secret that many factions include loud voices clamoring for them to claim Heretics End. Dragon in particular have a very vocal movement that sees this act as an essential security buffer. That is forever at risk, but the Dragon are not the only ones eyeing the possibilities here. So far, cooler heads have prevailed, but there is no treaty protecting the area, only widespread mutual trepidations regarding the potential consequences. One thing is certain, however, Heretics End status can no longer be taken for granted. It's only a matter of time before someone takes over the system, whether that be an established power or an upstart newcomer. Galnut can only concur with Buster's analysis on the point, and all we can say to our subscribers is, watch this space. Ich frage mich, ob wir das claimen können. Das wäre schon spannend. So, und eine unique opportunity to help Hatikwa. Yet reading is automated message have been identified by the Hatikva Free League as being capable of aiding us in becoming a fully fledged independent nation aiming to take its place alongside established powers in the Jumpgate network.
Did you know that standard issue spacesuits come fitted with an engine boost? No need to trundle along at a major snail's pace.
Our ultimate goal is to establish a safe haven for all people who are struggling, whether that be from long-lasting consequences or the Jumpgate shutdown, or because they intend to trade in wares others might deem illegal. We would like to represent us in matters of trade and security. We've taken on skilled analysts to work alongside this role and oversight see the project's magic elements. You would of course be compensated for your efforts, and new contacts you make may also open the door for the to further opportunities for you. If you're interested in joining our cause, please accept our mission offer. Aha. Irgendwie liest sich das wie so ein Scam. Kann mir nicht helfen. So. Sonst gehen wir dann im Personal Office. Hä? Nur ein weiterer Aufzug. Wahrscheinlich müssen wir unser Logo doch mal ändern. Das hier ist jetzt kein cooles Logo. Oh, da können wir ja nur das sehen, was wir eh schon gerade gesehen haben, deswegen wichtig. Easy Teleport. Oh, gefühlt mache ich jetzt aber noch nicht, was ich nicht machen könnte. Und Mission Office. Manager. Set to active. Ich glaube, da sollten wir doch Leute besuchen. Packen wir mal ab. hinten.
Headquarters.
So, ich hätte jetzt gedacht, dass wir da hin müssen. Aber... Nee.
Empty space.
Da drüben hin.
Mammoth Vanguard. Empty space. Minotaur Vanguard. Wayfinder.
So, ist angekommen.
Of course, everyone is welcome to attend the investigation, though please do remain at a safe distance until the risks are more clear.
So many ships! I cannot believe we are actually here, ready to witness something truly historic.
The Terran Secret Service has been alerted to potential gate activity. The Intervention Corps has been ordered to undertake a threat assessment with regard to the potential impact on Sol territories. We can only guarantee everyone's safety as long as the expedition remains close to the intervention fleet. However, we advise everyone to stay clear of our firing arcs.
Initial scans indicate some activity. We will need to get closer for a more thorough read on the situation. Mission Specialist, approach the gate nacelle and interface with it to initialize a direct data stream for our onboard science team.
Affirmative. Approaching the jump gate. Activating scanner. Accessing nacelle.
Data stream is initialized. It looks like...
Oh, bewegt sich was?
the energy is spiking.
Battle stations, prepare to engage. Nothing? Well then. Intervention Corps, prepare for traversal.
The expedition shall follow close behind. Mission Specialist, remain here and establish an outpost to derive a complete reading of the gate's coordinate data.
On it, sir. Godspeed, everyone.
Also ich hätte jetzt erst eine Drohne durchgeschickt, um einen Videostream zu bekommen. Und nicht direkt selber durchfliegen.
Empty space.
Aber ja, lass mal durchfliegen.
Entering system. Watchful gaze.
Preliminary scans indicate that this system is uninhabited. No sign of boron or any other kind of life, biological or artificial.
This cannot be true. Are you certain that the sensors are not malfunctioning? It has been so long. I really thought this might be the day I finally reconnect with my kin of the Fin.
Take heart, Boron Exile. You may yet be a step closer to your reunion. Explorer, we need some detailed system mapping. The task is in your hands. There is much to learn here. Let us get this system mapped. Your ship's long-range scans will be of particular benefit when exploring vast distances.
Autopilot. Engage.
Preliminary data has identified some points of potential interest. We are having trouble locking on to exact locations at this range.
Auto.
See if you can pinpoint them for us.
Empty space.
Wäre ich mal direkt nach links abgewogen, müsste ich jetzt nicht so lang fliegen. Guten Tag, Agis, wie geht's denn? Kennst du das schon? Das hier ist X4. Falls du es noch nicht kennst, ich glaube, wir hatten es aber schon mal davon. Kann das sein? Alles bestens, freue ich mich, das auch zu hören. Genau, wir schauen uns heute X4 an. Da kam jetzt gerade Kingdom's End raus. Ein neues Add-on, wo dann die Boronen endlich dazukommen. Und ja, direkt am Anfang haben wir erstmal eine Station geschenkt bekommen. Von so einem Boronenwissenschaftler. Und ja. Easy, ne? Das Blöde ist, ich habe jetzt seit Ewigkeiten kein X4 mehr gespielt. Das heißt, ich weiß so ein bisschen wenig. Was es nicht alles zu wissen gibt dazu. Und deswegen verzeih, wenn ich mit manchem vielleicht länger brauche. Aber ja. Genau. Boah. Irgendwie habe ich heute Brand und ich weiß nicht warum. Bin sehr unglücklich da. Aber genau, du hast jetzt auch noch nicht viel verpasst. Wir sind jetzt einmal durchs Jumpgate durch, haben wie gesagt die Station geschenkt bekommen. Mehr ist auch wirklich nicht passiert. Und genau, wir scannen jetzt dieses neue System, wo wir gesprungen sind.
Hold on. I think I am picking up. Oh no, never mind that. Nothing of interest here. This system's peculiar conditions make getting accurate readings rather troublesome.
Newman Kret, sir? Our team confirms that the Heretics End Gate does indeed contain the coordinates to the Kingdom End system. The timing cannot be coincidental, can it? Just after we received word from the Boron? Is it possible that their experiments were somehow related to the gate reinitialization?
Coordinates and timing are relevant, but not conclusive. The fact of the matter is that this is definitely not Kingdom End. Interstellar messenger drones are not the fastest form of communication. We do not know what has occurred on the Boron side since their last message. Theoretically, a connection between the two gates is possible, but that is just a theory. It could well be that the systems were linked in the distant past.
Yes. Unfortunately, a theoretical compatibility does not mean much in itself. If activating or reprogramming these gates were easy, I am certain I would have overcome the challenges long ago.
The split didn't exactly give you a choice over your research focus. Could this be the Boron? Could they really have unlocked jump gate technology?
Perhaps. Perhaps not. At this point, any further hypothesis will be mere speculation. Until we have more evidence, keep your ideas off general comms. If you must elaborate your theories, feel free to put them in writing.
Oh my! Could that be?
By the Trinity, a Boron vessel.
My instinct says we should take a closer look.
Aww.
Your ship's sensors are picking up a weak energy signature amongst the debris.
On etwa.
Assistant, I think you should suit up and investigate.
Dann lass mal hier rausgehen und
Discoverer, Vanguard.
mit dem Spacesuit weiterfliegen.
See if you can repair the panel to gain access.
Ist nur vorsichtig sein. Im Raumanzug sind wir natürlich sehr viel verletzlicher. Und das Sauerstoff auch sehr viel, naja, sporadischer. Au. Okay. Ich hab jetzt irgendwie erwartet, dass ich da durch kann. Okay, this is not the case. Ouch. What is this? Ja, ich dachte, ich hätte es da vorne gesehen. Erstmal wieder langsam hier.
Derelict ship.
Aber hier nach unten. Oh, vielleicht sind wir nicht. Vielleicht war nur für die obere Stelle zu fett. So, das sieht doch jetzt ganz gut aus. Ein Container. So, was? Dies ist der Container, kann das sein?
Container.
So. Langsam annähern. Oh. Jetzt. Mit dem Container?
Running decryption and reconstruction.
Achso, ich hätte einfach dagegen fliegen können. Toll.
The data is woefully incomplete, but it appears that this was an outpost of some manner. There are signs of an attack from several directions. It seems that the operators would have had little, if any, time to react. How frustratingly peculiar. I am forwarding all of this to our esteemed expedition commander. Perhaps he can garner more clues. I have my doubts, though.
Discoverer, Vanguard. Docking granted.
Und langsam hier rein. So, mussten gar nicht so was landen. Ja gut, dann nicht. So, was jetzt ist wir? Inventar. Encrypted Report. Hm. Okay, jetzt ist die Frage, was müssen wir jetzt gerade aktuell machen? Hm? Ich hatte jetzt irgendwie... Ach so. Müssen wir warten.
Explorer, you have an unidentified ship on an intercept trajectory. This is our first contact in the newly opened network. We have no idea of who they are, or their intentions. Investigate, and if possible make contact, but maintain vigilance.
Oh my! Aliens! Please, do not be afraid. I shall disengage my armament. Greetings. I am so pleased to make your acquaintance.
Piranha.
Incredible! Finally, contact with our aquatic allies. Bosota, are you receiving this?
One moment, please. I am just finishing up some calculations. What did you say? A boron? Truly? A living, buoyant boron? Are my ocular sensor organs deceiving me? Allow me to introduce myself. I am Bosota, and I can barely recall another boron face. I have been riven from my people for that long. Will you please deign to share your time with me?
I am Leela T, adventurer extraordinaire. I would be delighted to spend time with you.
As appointed delegate of the Alliance of the Word, please allow me to extend my greetings to you and your people. It is an honor to make your acquaintance, Leela T.
I do not have any official capacity as such, but it is marvelous to be seeing actual people from beyond the disconnected gates. How did you get here? Has a gate reopened? Are we connected once more? Oh, I knew it would have to happen eventually. What joyous news!
Momentous news indeed. Although we are less than clear on how this has occurred. There was speculation that the boron triggered the gate reinitialization. Messages from your scientists indicated that they were working on such a task. Please, can you direct us towards Kingdom End?
You were in contact with Kingdom End? That is marvelous news. It has been decades since we were cut off. We have heard nothing in all that time. The severing of the connection with Nishala has been indescribably distressing for all of us.
My system is in profound turmoil. To meet a fellow boron after all these years is an incandescent joy. But to find that you, too, are cut off from the homeworld is a misery.
More than you know, Bosotar. We have all mourned this loss.
But without access to Kingdom End, your Queen and Parliament, how do you govern yourselves?
After the severance, there was a period of chaos, until a royal steward was appointed. I have had dealings with him. It would be my pleasure to make an introduction.
We must make haste. There is much to be discussed with your leadership.
Follow me, you cavalcade of curious creatures.
A boron society not headed by a queen? This is somewhat hard to fathom.
Indeed, Bosotar. From your own experience, you understand the pain of separation. I doubt other species appreciate the biological depth of our harmonious societal interconnection. It was worse than it is now. It used to be that all our systems were isolated. Severed, not just from Kingdom End, the Queen and homeworld Nishala, but also from each other. Fortunately, several of our systems reconnected to each other eventually, but none received word from home. Reorganization became a necessity. The provinces adrift, as we call ourselves, were only ever intended to be temporary, but under the Royal Steward, it has grown into a comprehensive governing body. But some of us have never given up on Kingdom End. Your communication with the homeworld is momentous in the extreme. Not a soul in these systems has found evidence of where the Kingdom End even still exists.
Der Autopilot ist ein bisschen weird, dass er mich da fast gegen den Brocken geworfen hat, aber okay, dankeschön. Oh ja, es ist gerade super viel Exposition, ey. Richtig krass. Und vor allem Schlimme ist halt dadurch, dann kann ich den halt immer sehr wenig sagen, weil ich will denen eigentlich nicht ins Wort fallen. Aber ich will das ja eigentlich auch hören. Aber es macht das Ganze ein bisschen unpraktisch zu streamen. To be honest. Aber ja. Ich bin noch nicht sicher, ob ich mit der Maustastatursteuerung gerade glücklich bin. Ah.
Autopilot disengaged.
Okay.
Goodness. Someone from beyond our realm. Surely this indicates that our reports are correct. The once dormant gate has indeed resumed its function and brought our province into alignment with our erstwhile allies. You must realize what this means. All the resources of the Commonwealth are now within reach. At long last, a chance to end the shortages. Pick up the pace.
Klingt jetzt nicht so gut.
I must warn you, the provinces adrift are not awash with the luxuries of the old kingdom. The pain of severance has been constant, but our economy has also suffered. The shortages of essential goods have cut deeply. Reconnection with the network may alleviate some of these issues, at least.
While I would love to take a moment's pause and confabulate, my new dear friend, I must make haste. The provinces are in dire need of relief.
Okay.
Jump gate, unknown sector. Autopilot engaged.
Lass mal durchfliegen hier. Could you please be...
Autopilot disengaged.
Was? Ach.
Entering system. Barren shores. Autopilot engaged.
Dann haben wir auch eine Nachricht. Kann mal schauen, was das ist. Oh Gott. Ja, wir lesen das jetzt nicht.
Neela T, you bring us guests, outsiders, with a fleet no less. What have you been up to?
More than that, Royal Steward, I bring momentous news. The fleet, this Paranid-led fleet, it came from the dormant gate in watchful gaze. They have communicated with Kingdom Ends. They have no Kingdom End gate, but they have communication. We are connected to the network once more.
My word,
The delegation seeks an audience. May I?
Yes, of course. There is so much to discuss, so much to consider.
Royal Steward, would it be in order for me to accompany the delegation?
I'm sure you have other things to do. Diplomacy is not the same thrill as exploration.
Please, Royal Steward, with your permission.
Of course, Neelity. By all means, accompany the delegation.
Explorer, you have displayed some usefulness thus far. I'm tasking you with joining us in meeting the Royal Steward. I may have need of your insights.
You have clearly made an impression on the expedition commander. I sense you are becoming more central to his plans. Join the delegation. Watch this Royal Steward. I have some experiments to attend to, though I shall keep an eye on you.
Ich finde ja witzig, dass er sie erst abwimmeln wollte. So von wegen, ja komm, hier, geh doch erforschen, das ist viel spannender. Als irgendwie plötzlich diese verloren gegangene Zivilisation quasi zum Oberhaupt zu führen. Bestimmt gibt es irgendwas, was total viel
Docking granted.
spannender gibt. Mhm, sure. Das ist nur ist ja nur der lang ersehnte Moment seit Jahren. Kannst du bitte...
Orania.
Nee, das ist... schon hier docken, oder? Oder vielleicht doch nicht? Können wir einfach nur hier so stehen bleiben? Ah, hier, wir sollten hier stehen bleiben. Ah, wir werden von da reingesogen.
Successfully.
A boron capital ship. In all my days. A perfect equilibrium of function and ergonomics. And with such flair. My current abode is penurious in comparison.
So, dann gehen wir rein. Gehen zur Brücke.
My ropalium near explodes with the joy of welcoming esteemed visitors. This historic occasion is the first of its kind. I am Leda V, Royal Steward of the Provinces Adrift. On behalf of Her Majesty the Queen, and as her loyal servant, it is my profound pleasure to welcome an emissary of the Perenid Empire. And once business is out of the way, I insist you join me on a more informal tour.
Esteemed Royal Steward Lida Wee, thank you for your most gracious welcome. You must forgive me. I, Numankaret, am no Empire emissary. I represent the Alliance of the Word, a diplomatic forum and scientific organization funded by various races across the network.
My. But do you have letters patent from the Empire? The provinces adrift are in dire straits. We must negotiate terms of assistance.
I am compelled to reiterate, I do not speak for the Perenid authorities. Though we do bring news which may bring joy. We have been in communication with Kingdom
Servus ran.
Limited fragile communication, but communication nevertheless.
So, wie geht's? Wie war dein Ostern?
Received word from your homeworld. It was heartening to discover that the Boron Core has survived the shutdown and learn of their most ambitious endeavor. Their entire scientific resources are focused on understanding and manipulating jump gate technology. We humbly request your permission to investigate the dormant jump gates in your territory and to set up a scientific outpost in the region, should that be required.
There are so many implications to consider. This really is momentous. I am afraid I must decline your request, for now. We cannot be precipitous.
By the glistening waters of Nishala.
I fail to understand. We ask for no more than your permission. We certainly have no wish to be a drain on your resources.
Leader Wee, they are trying to connect us with Kingdom End. They have communications.
Neela T, this obsession with finding home is entirely yours. You may have the luxury of gallivanting around the galaxy in search of miracles, but I have responsibilities. I have the welfare of billions of souls to consider. Our guests have already made clear that the outside network, with all its resources, has been unable to connect with our homeworld. The priority at this juncture is the welfare of our people, and I shall not be distracted from that.
Honored host, we will of course expedite communications with the governments of the network. I am sure emissaries are preparing as we speak. Yet, if we could simply...
Enough, please. I understand your request, but I do not think you understand what is at stake. Please have patience, but for now, the matter is settled.
Outrageous! The Boron Queen's government itself is racing to reconnect, and you decline to facilitate? What kind of royal steward are you?
Please?
There is nothing to be gained from trading insults.
This is absurd. Our work is of the utmost importance. Your obduracy is beyond me. I shall take my leave. Heading to the
Ja, ja.
awaiting pickup.
Der Royal Steward.
That certainly could have gone
Ist
better.
nicht so royal.
All may not be lost.
Echt gut, ein wenig unterwegs in Deutschland. Wie war deins? Meins war ganz cool. Wir waren haben Ostern gefeiert mit den Eltern von meinem Mieter und natürlich die ganzen Menschen, die dazugehören. War sehr, sehr cool. Die nie auch mal wieder endlich gesehen. Seinesgleichen noch ein sinnloser Clip da. Wie sehr schon. Genau. Passiert.
Ah, the silent one from our disappointing introduction.
Okay.
Regret my approach at our meeting. You see, I have not hosted a diplomatic function in decades. Unfortunately, I am simply not in the habit of communicating with anyone other than Boron, you see. We Boron converse amongst ourselves, relying on complex structures of pheromones, not just mere words. There was so much to communicate, so much to cogitate upon, yet the words failed to convey my meaning. You must imagine it like painting an ocean, yet having only a single shade of blue with which to do so.
Ich muss nehmen, um gute Nacht zu sagen. Ja, dann schlaf du gut und traum was Schönes. War schön, dass du dabei warst. Ich hoffe, dir hat es Spaß gemacht. Und genau, dass du morgen gut in deinen Tag reinkommst.
You are correct, of course. There is no harm in reaching for common ground. I am embarrassed to say that our defensive capabilities are woefully inadequate. Ashamedly so. Our economy is so fractured, we struggle to construct anything larger, perhaps, than a frigate. We cannot even resource and operate a full-scale shipyard. For half a century of isolation, we Boron have had little need for a comprehensive military. I fear that we are wholly unprepared for the myriad dangers lurking beyond the gate. And should word spread of the valuable equipment and facilities proposed by the Alliance of the Word, it might be akin to painting a target upon ourselves for any nefarious actors in the vicinity. One moment. I have, even now, received word of split incursions. If we had anything of value to loot, we would not be discussing skirmishes. They would descend upon us in hordes. From time to time, I spend the waking nights pondering the very same question. It would be misleading to cast blame for all our miseries on the Great Shutdown. In fact, when we were first riven from the wider network, the vast majority of our boron systems remained connected between themselves. Isolated from external threats, we commenced a new age of reflection and scientific endeavor. And while this period of peace brought the wealth of Kingdom N to fabulous new heights, we were not complacent. Resources were stockpiled throughout the Queendom, a precautionary measure. Oh, we thought we were prepared. Yet in truth, we were far from it. We boron are inherently connected to each other, you see? We thrive on a collective sort of innate affinity. Once that connection was severed, each system found itself in complete isolation. Things fell apart quite quickly, I'm afraid to say. Productivity collapsed catastrophically. Stockpiles were depleted far more rapidly than anticipated, and there was no way to replenish them. After years of disarray, Great Reef finally reconnected with barren shores. Later, it was joined by several other systems. The provinces adrift were founded, but by then the damage was done. We still lacked crucial resources. I contend that it was the collective psychological toll of the severance that caused this, more so than the evident logistical challenges posed by the shutdown.
Okay. Mir ist es gerade aufgefallen. Ich habe die Fragen an ihn gestellt, ohne sie vorzulesen, weil ich noch von Sherlock Holmes gewohnt war, dass er auch spricht, aber das passiert ja hier nicht. Deswegen müsste ich jetzt mal sagen, wenn ich die zum Beispiel hier sage, perhaps there is a positive solution.
Your expedition commander hardly seemed in the mood for positive solutions.
Dude.
I cannot imagine that you presume to speak for him.
Assistant, perhaps uncovering more context first may help with your solutioneering.
So, are you okay?
I regret my approach at our meeting. You see, I have not hosted a diplomatic function in decades. Unfortunately, I am simply not in the habit of communicating with anyone other than Boron. You see, we Boron converse amongst ourselves, relying on complex structures of pheromones.
Kann ich... Okay, Autosaving Game. Ach, jetzt will Ewigkeit zu speichern. Ich würde gerne das Gespräch abbrechen. So, okay. Hat funktioniert. Jetzt labern wir nochmal mit unserem Fuzzi hier. Der jetzt hier beleidigte Leberwurst irgendwo spielt.
The Protectorate has determined that this system poses no threat to the citizens of Seoul or the wider network. Our orders are to deploy to a position of more strategic importance. Still, stay alert. None of us know what might be lurking out there.
The Alliance of the War thanks you for your support. You shall proceed alone from here on. Our military friends are needed elsewhere.
The steward and I have had our differences in the past, but I had no idea he would be so stubborn. I am so very sorry you had to witness that embarrassingly discordant display. Leader Wee and I disagree on much, but he is not a bad person. You know, he is just scared.
What is he afraid of?
I think he is scared of falling short. He carries the weight of the expectations of the entire provinces. He wants to keep everyone safe, and I think he fears that your expedition will exacerbate an already dangerous situation.
Dangerous situation?
Yes, fraught with danger. The provinces lie uncomfortably close to Kark territory. When Sanctuary of Darkness first connected to the provinces, it triggered regular attacks. We barely managed to protect ourselves with the meager military that we could cobble together. Thankfully, the waves have calmed for now. The Kark incursions eventually ceased. All attempts to communicate with these enigmatic creatures have failed, so I would hesitate to call it a ceasefire. It is more of a lull in hostilities. As you can imagine, the situation remains rather fragile.
Right. And about your quest for home, that was an obsession?
Oh, You took note of that, did you? Time after time, I approach Leader Weave for the resources to find our way back home. But he has come to the conclusion that efforts spent on this endeavor come at an immediate cost to our people. I would hate for you to get the impression that I do not care for my fellow Boron here. Out on the fringes, I am truly seeking to make a difference for the people. Serving the Queen's subjects is a duty for me. You see, I do not like to draw too much attention to it, but I myself am the progeny of stranded minor royals. Before you bow or anything like that, I am not part of the direct line of succession, and that is not how our monarchy works in any case. Yet, it drives me to find a path back home, for the people to once again delight in a reunited, merry realm.
Okay. Can you say more about the dangerous situation?
Yes, fraught with danger. The
Right,
province is
well, goodbye then.
pleasant travels.
You too. Okay. So, jetzt mal zum Aufzug und dann schauen wir nochmal, wo wir unsere andere beleidigte Leberwurst finden. So, ja.
Who does this fool think he is? Does he not understand the gravity of our mission? Withholding his consent? We shall continue without it if necessary.
Patience towards the close-minded.
You may have a point. Perhaps his simple mind cannot grasp all the variables at play. I wonder if we can help him to see the bigger picture.
Leader we is afraid.
Yes, you are right. That much is obvious. I cannot help but wonder if there's more to the issue than that. Perhaps he is overly attached to his role as Prime Administrator of the provinces. A reunion with King Dement would inevitably result in him having to relinquish power and standing.
He certainly fears the cock.
Ah, I understand. He is worried that our presence will stir up an infestation of the Chitterers. The Alliance of the Word is certainly prepared to provide assurances that our investigation will not leave him exposed to Ka'ak attacks. Well, we are a scientific expedition, so our offensive options are rather limited in that regard. What we can do, however, is make assurances that any valuable equipment that is transported into Boron space will be well guarded, making it an unappealing target. Furthermore, I am prepared to place several scouts at his disposal, and to establish a network of satellites in watchful gaze. That will give the split cause to reconsider an incursion into the provinces. The situation with this steward does indeed seem resolvable, though I fear he wears my patience thin. Take this matter in hand. Go and see the fool. Perhaps you can change his mind.
Ja. Selber Fool. Ich meine, der Typ muss halt für seine Leute sorgen. Da verstehe schon, dass er da vorsichtiger ist. Aber kann ihn natürlich auch als Deppen bezeichnen. Geht natürlich auch.
Ah, the silent one from our disappointing introduction.
Perhaps there is a positive solution. About the Karg threat. We aim to avoid provocation at all costs.
Your commendable commitment to peace is as welcome as it is unexpected. The Alliance of the Word is to be lauded for its respect for our peaceful ways.
Also, if we help, we could provide security to protect your daughters.
Well, this is an unexpectedly kind offer from the Alliance of the Word. I must admit that security assistance in these uncertain times would indeed be a welcome reassurance.
Well,
I must say how thoroughly reassured I am. And again, please accept my most profound apologies for our earlier miscommunication. Clearly, our values are in auspicious alignment. I am confident that you will ensure no harm befalls my charges. Please, do proceed with my blessing and my people's support for the success of your historic mission.
Das klingt so seltsam, dass der
With the gate in Watchful
so
Gaze reactivated,
anders
to our
reagiert.
knowledge, only 3 more dormant gates remain in province space. One is located in Ocean of Fantasy, another in Barren Shores. The final one was discovered by scouts in Sanctuary of Darkness. If Sanctuary of Darkness sounds foreboding, you may find that the name is fitting. It is host to a significant Ka'ak infestation. Ugh. Even uttering the name makes my fins tingle. Yet I must remain firm on the matter. Do not, under any circumstances, engage with the Ka'ak. Every interaction with them results in horrific conflict.
You have our word, Leader Wee. We shall do everything in our power to avoid undue provocation.
Thank you. And may I bestow upon you a gift? We have
gift?
prepared for you a fighter ship. A humble gift, but hopefully it will be of use to you in the times ahead.
We are most grateful. You have been an exemplary host. Explorer, you have done well to secure access for us to continue our mission. Please, claim the scout ship as your own. May it serve you well.
Es ist ein bisschen witzig, wie viel man gerade hier am Anfang dieser Kampagne beschenkt wird. Wir bekommen eine Station, wir bekommen einen Fighter-Jet. Irgendwie witzig. So. So, hier, neues Schiff.
Mako.
Oh, hi. Hübsch, hübsch.
We need to investigate the dormant gates to formulate the next step of our expedition.
I am already familiar with the gate in Ocean of Fantasy. If you supply me with the necessary equipment and provide me with a few pointers as to what exactly I am to do, it would be my deepest pleasure to assist.
Excellent. The Alliance shall investigate Barren Shores. That only leaves the matter of the final gate, the location of which is somewhat more precarious. Explorer, you have excelled thus far. Put that new fighter of yours to good use, and find Sanctuary of Darkness. It seems that you are best suited to this task.
Okay.
All the times I dreamt of being reunited with my fellow Boron, it never crossed my mind that they might be in such impoverished circumstances. I know that the Alliance has received communications from Kingdom End, but those were dispatched decades ago. Hopefully, they have fared better than the Boron here. I am curious about the contents of their message. Just how much of their preliminary findings have they shared with their Alliance counterparts? Once we have gained access to both gates' data, maybe the Alliance really intends to conduct experiments from our side too. Trying to manipulate gates would be an incredibly involved undertaking. Yet it seems as though Numankaret is single-minded about the whole endeavor. Can you imagine the possibilities that would be open to us if we could manipulate these gates at will?
Thanks to the newly opened trade routes, we have commenced rebuilding our shipyard. You are, of course, most welcome to aid us in our undertaking. Your efforts will, of course, be lucratively compensated.
Autopilot disengaged.
Okay. Ich weiß jetzt gerade nicht, ob wir die Nachricht aus Versehen abgebrochen haben. Oder...
Empty space. Autopilot engaged.
Lass doch mal rüberfliegen. Vielleicht finden wir da was. Und Servus Kovac-Pitschka. Ist das Spiel ein Multiplayer-Spiel? Das ist eine sehr gute Frage. Ich glaube, es ist kein Multiplayer. Ich schaue nochmal nach. Ich weiß selber auch... Nee, es ist Singleplayer. Spannend wäre natürlich herauszufinden, ob das irgendwie eine Mod hat. Es gibt nämlich den Steam Workshop. Und gefühlt, wenn Leute sagen so, oh, wäre das nicht cool, wenn es Multiplayer gäbe, dann gibt es meistens irgendwann eine Mod dafür. Okay, Multiplayer-Mod im Workshop ist nicht vorhanden. Unter MP finde ich leider auch nichts. So, was sind wir hier eigentlich gerade
Quantum
vorbeigekommen?
Tube Factory.
Schade. Ja, ich glaube, dafür ist es auch ein bisschen zu komplex. Aber ja. Verstehe dein Bedürfnis danach.
Disengaged. Autopilot engaged.
Kann sich ja noch ändern. Naja, das Ding ist, normalerweise, also Multiplayer nachträglich in ein Spiel reinbauen ist sehr, sehr schwierig. Wenn nicht sogar unmöglich. Ja, es ist nicht unmöglich, aber es ist halt schon sehr, sehr komplex.
Autopilot disengaged.
Ja, können wir auch ein bisschen heranfliegen. Genau, und das Ding ist halt gerade bei so... Ich glaube, in solchen Spielen wäre es nochmal schwieriger, weil es ja dann sehr umfangreich ist auch.
Docking granted. Successfully docked.
Ja.
Welcome.
So. Warum kann man hier irgendwie interagieren? Nee. Chip Option. Ah ja, stimmt, wir haben jetzt unser Schiff zurückgelassen. Unser anderes. So. Dann. What's Raiders Corner? Ah, eine Crafting Bench. Können wir eine Crafting Bench machen? Items craften, aber okay, wir haben keine Rezepte anscheinend. Das geht nicht auf. Ach so, ja, okay. Das ist ein Lager oder so. Ein Shop. Okay. Ach, hier ist jemand. Ich dachte gerade so, hier ist niemand, aber nein, da ist ja jemand. Ah, show me your wares. Okay. Was heißt denn dieses Grüne? Heißt das, dass es ein guter Preis ist? Für die oder für uns? Ist die Frage. Es ist auch spannend. Ich hatte jetzt irgendwie erwartet. Ich dachte, wir waren hier in einer irgendwas Tube Factory. Aber wir verkaufen keine Tubes. Hä? Ich hätte das jetzt irgendwie erwartet. Okay, aber Kovac, kann ich, oder Kovac, kann ich dich einfach so nennen? Oder würdest du gerne, dass ich deinen ganzen Namen ausspreche? Where can I find a way to trade it?
Can I help?
Aha, ja.
Can I help?
Where can I find Action
Sending you
Representative?
information now.
Ninufa. Ninufa, okay. Ninufa. Manager's Office, vermutlich. So. Nein, du bist nicht Ninufa.
Hello.
Show me the Livestream. Hatte ich jetzt nicht so erwartet, aber okay. Lolliga.
Hello.
Okay.
Goodbye.
War jetzt unexpected. Kein Security Officer. Okay. Ich glaube, es wäre auch ein bisschen unhöflich, wenn wir direkt die Leute hier hacken würden. Oh ja. Ich merke, ich habe mich hier etwas übernommen. Ich kann euch das heute gar nicht so gescheit zeigen, wie ich das gerne würde. Ich merke auch, dass ich heute einfach ein bisschen fertiger bin, als ich das gerne gehabt hätte. Frage ist jetzt, ob wir uns irgendwie vielleicht nochmal am Wochenende oder so hinsetzen. Und das nochmal in besser streamen. Oder ob denn auch überhaupt genügend Interesse besteht. Ich glaube, ich werde einfach im Discord nochmal nachfragen. Also Kovac, falls du da nochmal ein bisschen mehr sehen willst, komm gerne auf den Discord, lass es mich wissen. Und genau. Heute werde ich jetzt Schluss machen müssen, weil es einfach, ich bin müde. Der Tag war heute viel zu lang. Und das tut mir leid. Aber manche Tage sind so. Genau, ich werde jetzt stattdessen dann noch schauen, wer live ist und trotzdem nochmal ein Danke, wie gesagt, an Egosoft, die mir hier den Key zur Verfügung gestellt haben. Jetzt gerade aktuell ein bester Moment mit X4 anzufangen. Wie gesagt, für 50 € kriegt ihr einmal das gesamte Paket mit allen Add-ons, die es dazu gab. Das heißt, wenn ihr jetzt vorher noch gesagt habt, so, oh, das wäre ja schon cool, aber es ist teuer, weil, keine Ahnung, das Bundle hat irgendwie 100 € irgendwas gekostet, wenn man jetzt nur die bisherigen Add-ons hatte. Genau, und jetzt aber mit dem Kingdom's End gemeinsam kann man das sogar jetzt für 50 € bekommen. Und ich finde, das ist eigentlich ein ganz guter Deal. Ursprünglich hat ja X4 Foundations, also einfach nur das Grundspiel, 50 € gekostet, wenn man es gerade nicht im Sale gekauft hat. Von daher finde ich es eigentlich ein ganz guter Deal. Und genau, ich werde vermutlich auch offstream ein bisschen X4 jetzt anfangen, weil ich hatte Bock auf ein Raumschiffspiel, wo man vielleicht auch ein bisschen hier Space Mining betreiben kann und so Sachen und handeln. Und deswegen interessiert es mich tatsächlich sehr. Und vielleicht werde ich dann euch einfach auch offstream schon ein paar Updates immer wieder dazu liefern, was ich so getan habe. Ansonsten auch sehr cool, dass es diese sehr, sehr alte Serie eigentlich, ne? Ich habe damit angefangen, also den ersten X Beyond the Frontier Teil habe ich gespielt, als ich irgendwo im Gymnasium war, vielleicht sogar noch in der Grundschule, ich weiß es gerade gar nicht mehr. Ich glaube im Gymnasium. Und das ist einfach super cool, dass sie so lange überlebt hat, dass sie weiter erfolgreich blieb und immer mehr Teile rauskommen, ne? Gut. Aber dann, wie gesagt, schauen wir jetzt gleich mal, wer noch live ist, aber dafür wechseln wir, glaube ich, die Szene.